Folks, if you remember last time, which was not last week, but was a recent time, we did a tier list.
Tier list.
Tier
And
list.
what tier would you put that tier list in if you had to rank it?
I would give it an S rank, but some people did not agree.
That's the fun of it, right? Everybody's opinion.
This person who made this template already put them all in order for us. This person, if I could give this like a positive thumbs up, I will. This is a great tier list. Whoever did this really did a good job. Last modified February of this year. So first we have Antz.
Wait, Antz was their first movie? What? Their first animated movie?
That's correct.
That's great.
And what's really funny about it is that Antz is a ripoff of A Bug's Life, but in the final speech, the rousing speech that Woody Allen gives to his fellow ants, he says, "Think for yourselves," which is just ironic for a movie that's a straight ripoff of another movie and was made to be that.
And he also says, "There's so many of us. It's all right if we
date our daughters."
Date our daughters. You had to get in there and just.
I knew where you were going.
It's a B.
I knew what you were doing.
I think Antz is a B.
Antz is a solid B. I think Antz is very fun. I've seen it in the last 7 years. It's fun. It's a solid B.
Part of me could almost like say A, but it's a B.
It's a B. It's funny. It's approaching A territory, but at the same time, it's also approaching C territory. So it fits firmly.
Yeah,
C, in my
that's
opinion.
a very good way to describe it. There's a lot of good things about it, but there's also just a lot of ugly, shitty things about it.
Ugly is a great way to describe ants.
Why do they all have like a full mouth of like, they have like Sonic, they have like Sonic teeth, like the original design of Sonic.
They have that jaw syndrome. Robert Zadar was a B-movie actor who had a syndrome called cherubism, which meant his face just grew cartilage like crazy and gave him an enormous jaw. All of the characters in Antz, especially the ones who aren't ants, but also some of the ones who are, look like they have cherubism. They look like Robert Zadar.
Especially like his friend, his best friend, like
Sylvester Stallone.
It's like a specific breed, like it's like the
worker ants.
Type of ant. The worker ants. They all have that look. What I really like about a DreamWorks movie is when the main character raises one eyebrow and kind of smiles at me. And I'm cool, but I'm also a little bit,
I may be the hero, but I don't play by the rules.
Exactly. I wish more characters.
We don't get enough main characters who don't play by the rules. They are too far and few between, in my opinion.
What do we got up next?
Okay, next up we have Prince of Egypt.
Have you seen it?
No.
I have seen it, but it's been a while. I went to a religious school growing up, and this was like, God,
I figured they probably made you watch this in your school. I think
it was pretty good, actually. Like, I think it was like a functional movie, but I also haven't seen it since then. And I was also, no offense to anybody, but for lack of a better term, I was still drinking the Kool-Aid pretty intensely at that point. I don't know. It's hard to give it a fair rank.
I've seen bits, and I think the animation looks very good. Like, the animation's
nice. Yeah, the animation's nice. It's like a functional movie, and like the story, whether you're religious or not, is a pretty it's
a pretty inspirational movie.
Honestly, like if we have to do a tier list of Bible stories, I think
it's pretty S tier.
Moses' story is probably S tier.
Yeah, absolutely. Us being like raised religious and then being like not religious now, I feel like we both have a good sense of not objective, but like we have a good.
Aside from like creation and stuff, the whole Moses tale is basically the main story of the Old Testament, right?
Yeah,
it's the good one. Like if Jesus is the main tale of the New Testament,
it's going in the greatest hits DVD.
It is. I feel like it could be a B, but my memory is kind of.
I want to say A,
and I don't know if that's
from the clips I've seen. It feels almost A.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just somebody who hasn't watched it.
I think that's fair. We'll put it there with an asterisk. You haven't seen it, and my memory of it is not sharpest, but I think it was a pretty solid movie, and it looks good. The animation's good, and it's 2D animation, so that's great.
I've seen like dramatic moments from it on YouTube, and I thought the dramatic moments were done really well and impressively.
I think A's fair. With an asterisk.
Cool. All right. Next up, and this one is an S tier for me. Road to El Dorado. That goes an S in my opinion.
That's like I think at the end we can discuss what's the supreme movie, and it might be Shrek, but it also might be Road to El Dorado. There's a tier above S, it would go there.
I agree.
Awesome.
So good.
It gives Disney a run for its money big time.
I'm actually
that I think some people probably in their heads think it's a Disney movie.
I agree. I think not only do I think Road to El Dorado, first of all, fits the vibes that I like in a movie more than most or all Disney movies. Emperor's New Groove is like the most me Disney movie. And then I love Moana. I think Moana is incredible. But otherwise, like Road to El Dorado is like what I wish Disney movies were more like.
Because it's not Disney, it's allowed to be a little edgier, and it like has some more like character that would be sanded off in a Disney movie. For sure.
I agree.
And that's
also
what I think makes Road to El Dorado so good.
How fucking incredible is it that there is no sequel to the Road to El Dorado?
I know. It's amazing.
Did I just use
yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, no sequel. I think it's great.
Like standalone, this great thing.
And I'm gonna say it, Chell, she's hot. Okay, we're just saying it. Okay, the lady character in
that's actually what I thought you were gonna say, but then I got shameful for a second.
No, I mean,
get away.
Here's the thing: when you said you knew what I was saying, the way you laughed, I thought I figured that's what you were gonna say.
Got ashamed.
You got ashamed, but you know what? I didn't want to leave you in the shame corner, so I had to say it. She's a great character, but as a kid growing up.
It awoke something in me.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Joseph, King of Dreams.
Haven't seen it.
Didn't watch. All right. Chicken Run. Now, DreamWorks didn't make it. They just distributed, but Chicken Run. I'm a big Aardman fan. I will defend Aardman to my dying breaths. Chicken Run, I watched it when it came out, and I actually remember my dad signed me up for like these fun emails Chicken Run would send you that were basically a big advertisement, but they're like these little emails that were like animations or little games that I would get every so often, basically promoting Chicken Run. I remember those more than I remember the actual Chicken Run movie.
I see you hovering around A, but I think I might.
S for you? I'm okay with that. I'm not like, I don't hate Chicken Run. I think Chicken Run's great.
Aardman has so much style. I think this was like their first big budget thing beyond like Wallace and Gromit.
Right.
It's so much style that gives it so many extra points.
Even like the real like quote unquote sellout Aardman animations, I never felt like they sacrificed quality. I always felt like they were still giving it their best shot to make an amazing looking movie, even if they have to, again, sand off some character because they got a big budget because of this investor or something like that. I always feel like they still bring their A game in terms of production.
But
Chicken Run, I just haven't seen it in a very long time. I remember liking it, but I remember the emails more than the movie. That's not an indictment of the movie. If you think it's an S, though, I have no qualms with that. I'm happy to put it there.
I think it is. I mean, if Prince of Egypt is an A,
I'm okay with that.
It's like iconic. It's really well made.
Yeah.
Got so much style. And I think it's been a while since I've seen it too, but I think it's like an actual pretty good movie.
I also saw the sequel recently, and I didn't mind it. It wasn't great, but it was fine.
All right, Shrek is S movie now.
Shrek is S. We don't have to discuss. We literally have nothing to say about Shrek that hasn't been said a million times. So we're just gonna keep going.
True. I mean, the only thing I will say about it is that it's like definitely like had such impact that everything's trying to copy it for still
forever.
In a lot of ways.
Or Shrek 5 now, I guess, is still trying to recapture the Shrek magic.
You see, in the new one, their eyes are a little bit closer together for some reason.
Everyone's like making a big deal about the character. I actually don't think the characters in the new Shrek trailer look bad at all. I don't know.
I don't think they're bad. It's just why change the design. Everybody's eyes are closer together. That's like my only complaint. It's not even like, I understand that that's not like a big deal. And I'm not trying to say it's like, they ruined my Shrek. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I'm just saying the conversation a lot of people are having is like, something's off about this and I can't put my finger on it. And I'm here to tell you exactly what it is. Their eyes are too close to each other. That's it. Everything else is fine.
I'm looking at this. Neither of these, Shrek's eyes are pretty far apart. Zendaya's eyes are at like the opposite sides of her head.
Zendaya's eyes are in the right place.
Let's compare.
Look up the artist fixing the graphic, basically. Like they always. And I'm not even saying it's like a deal breaker. I'm just saying that's what they did. And that's why everybody's feeling like something's wrong.
Let me try and find a better picture from Shrek 1, but this doesn't look, man, look at that. That's the 2000s right there in a nutshell. Look at the how the flame, they didn't have enough flame, so they just clone stamped it right here.
I'll send you a quick. It's not a big deal. I'm not saying that's a big deal.
Brandon, we now know that you are sending bomb threats to DreamWorks.
I'm dissecting the issue. I noticed it when I watched the trailer, even before I saw this graphic, but an artist just basically like made a tiny tweak and it's like, oh yeah, that's Shrek, and now I see why. It's not a big deal.
Look, Brandon, if anyone's gonna have a healthy reaction to like a piece of pop culture, I think you're gonna be the top candidate. Like, don't get me wrong.
You're like deal breaker.
Yeah, I'm never worried that you're like, Ian, get your guns. They push Shrek's eyes too close.
Shrek's eyes are too close to each other, and Lola Bunny is not sexy enough.
God damn it.
I'm furious. It's like Mad Lad said. I don't hate them. I honestly don't. I don't understand why they made that.
I see what you're saying.
And it's true about multiple characters. They did it to Donkey too. Like somebody did the same thing. His eyes are just closer together. Like just a slight style change they did. I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
I think they're thinking it looks more modern or something, but they probably tested well. Honestly, like that's probably the answer to all this shit. Is like an algorithm, or like they put it in front of some people and it tested better with like new kids, new audiences.
So here's what I will say, and I don't know if this is why they're doing it. Look at that DrawBomb. We're discussing Shrek now.
Shrek eyes.
I can see what you're saying. I think if I have one theory why they did it, is this face is more broad and thus more imposing, and like a wider face makes him like seem more ogreish and strong. You know what I mean? Whereas this is like the head is rounder and thinner, so it's less intimidating almost. It's a more human head because it's less flat and broad. So there's like differences all around. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
My theory is I think it's just a more pleasant design. Like it looks better to look at. Honestly, if Shrek 1 came out tomorrow, I think the design on the right is maybe a better design.
I think that's fair.
We have decades of Shrek, so now you shouldn't change the design is the thing.
Right.
It's not a big deal. I don't care that much. It's just a weird thing to do.
I do agree with you though. I agree.
I think the design on the right is just like a cleaner, more modern, more pleasant to look at design.
Sure.
But
why make the ogre look less
on someone's face?
Yeah. And also, to be fair, the point of Shrek 1 was, here's a scary looking ogre, but he's like the best person in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Making him more pleasant and stuff. I would be surprised if Shrek is the main character that we focus on. We're probably going to get way more Zendaya than we are Shrek, in my opinion. Just because I feel like they're going to want to appeal to kids so that they can make Shrek sequels. It makes sense to make Shrek maybe more appealing visually, because that's not the point of Shrek anymore.
No, it's not that big a deal for me either. Yeah. I know it sounds like it probably is, but I just think I'm just like interested. It's just strange.
Yeah. What really super sucks is I'm for sure gonna watch the new Shrek movie when it comes out. Like, I have to. I'm not gonna.
The last Puss in Boots was great. I haven't seen it yet, but
I've heard it's great. Yeah,
so that's good. We should keep moving. We got bogged down on Shrek, and I'm sorry, it was my fault.
We really said we're not gonna say anything about Shrek, and then that was the movie we spent the most time on.
We said the most. All right.
Good God. Okay. Sinbad and the Legend of the Seven Swords.
Not seen.
Haven't seen. Shrek 2.
Great in Shazam. Okay. Which one is this one?
Shrek 2 is the one with the fairy godmother. They visit Fiona's parents. Shrek is turned into a human.
Into a man.
Yeah, he turns into a man.
It's an S, right?
I feel like that's an S. It's not as good as Shrek 1 in my opinion, but it's still pretty dang good. It's better than any sequel to Shrek had the right to be. Puss in Boots was a great character to bring into the mix. I feel like. Anyways, Shark Tale. I'm just gonna put Shark Tale and E.
So, how many of these? You think so?
I've seen Shark Tale once.
I need to rewatch some of them.
That was about a year after it came.
I really liked Shark Tale, but I
really liked Shark Tale.
So many of these things are like ancient now, like, and I haven't seen them since in the majority of my life. I've spent more of my life not seeing it than since I have, but I remember I liked it when it. I don't know that it deserved that though.
Did we say Spirit was better than Prince of Egypt? Right, we agreed with that.
We didn't discuss Spirit.
How's Spirit on the list?
I think it should be. I think it should be A. I think we were discussing Shrek and you just slapped it in there.
Or Shrek 5 now, I guess, is still trying to recapture the Shrek magic. So.
You see, in the new one, their eyes are a little bit closer together. That's like my only complaint. It's not even like I understand that it's not like a big deal, and I'm not trying to say it's like they ruined my Shrek. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I'm just saying.
No, I think that was before. Anyways, but you think Spirit's an A? Did you like it better or more or less than Prince
I remember it better than Prince of Egypt.
Okay, we did discuss it then. Yeah, I think we just had such a quick discussion. We'll go back to the record.
Okay, please do.
But anyways, I don't hate Shark Tale nearly as much as many people I've seen. It's all right. You like Shark Tale? So I'll be honest. I saw Shark Tale about a year after it came out. I was at an age where I had already made an opinion on Shark Tale before I watched it. So when I did get around to they're ugly. When I got around to watching it, I just was already hating it. So my opinion is null and void. Whatever you want to rank Shark Tale is what goes, in my opinion.
Throw Shark Tale in C.
C?
I think it's like a high C.
Okay. High C. Love the drink. All right.
All right.
Madagascar. I'm not putting it there. I'm just B. Madagascar. I haven't seen it.
B.
All right.
It's got a lot of good things going for it. The characters are pretty fun. It might even be an A, but it's also like, I think, I'm trying to remember what the actual story is. They're like, they basically go to the jungle. They get kicked out of the zoo. They go to a jungle. They want to get back to, and there's like something going on in the jungle. Remember, falls apart kind of the story.
It seemed like it was more of a vehicle for that lemur character in the penguins.
Yeah, the penguins are pretty great. They're like one of the probably the best part of the movie. The lemur's pretty grating and annoying in my opinion.
Fair.
I think B's fair.
All right, better or worse than Antz?
Probably more of a functional movie than Antz. Antz is like weird in a lot of ways. Like, why does this exist? But also it's kind of fun. Feels like, I think maybe better.
Alrighty. Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I thought it was fine. It's like a B.
Yeah, it's not my favorite Wallace and Gromit, but it's actually one of my less favorite ones.
Yeah, of all the Wallace and Gromits, it's the one that I don't remember much of.
Try not to let Wallace and Gromit just carry it all the way to the top, just because I have such a fondness.
I love Wallace and Gromit.
Like,
I mean,
as a whole.
I'm very biased towards Aardman animation. I mean,
yeah, I think B is fair.
I think B is fair. Very similar poster, Over the Hedge.
So here's the thing: I have seen it, but I don't remember anything about it besides
I have not
like
seen
the
it.
basic. It almost should go in the not seen list.
All right.
That's how little I remember of it.
There it goes. Flushed Away.
This is like Aardman's style, but it's like,
I think it's CGI.
3D animated.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're definitely doing the Aardman.
Aardman, I think, was involved.
Had to have been, because otherwise it would be like some weird copyright thing.
Right. I didn't see it though. I didn't.
Once again, I've seen it, but I don't remember. So it should be a didn't.
All right. Flushed Away. You didn't watch. Sorry, folks.
I thought I liked it, but I just don't remember it well enough.
I'm not against it. I just haven't seen it, and that's it. That's it. Any movies I haven't
Feels
seen?
weird trying to like pick a spot for it if I don't remember it.
Yeah, I agree. We just need to do ones we have like actual opinions about.
Shrek the Third. What's the story here?
I didn't like Shrek the Third. I'll put it in the C maybe. Basically, they go and they have to like find King Arthur, and King Arthur is in like high school, and he's like a dweeb.
Like Justin Timberlake.
Oh, is he? God damn. Yeah.
I think if this is the one I'm thinking of, I would probably rate it like D.
D?
Or lower. I hated that one.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, I'm gonna check, but I hated that one.
I'll put it in a D. Shrek 3 is bottom tier. All right, yeah. I mean, even Shrek. Yeah. Look at the Shrek in that poster. He's not a fucking fan. Yeah.
Yeah, Shrek 3. I'm reading up on the plot. For me, it's a D or an E. I hated that.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a D because we don't have anything that I feel like pushes it into E like yet.
Sure. Very curious about the next one. Your opinion.
B movie. The one where the woman wants to have sex with a bee.
Gotta go in B, right?
Do you know what? No better answer. Kung Fu Panda.
If you could actually make, I think it actually belongs in a B. Honestly.
I think it's a B. I think it's a B movie too. I like it. It's just not a great. It's fine. It's fun.
It's got a lot of problems, but it's fun. It's unique for sure, which is
it's a fun movie. It's interesting. It's about a woman who wants to have sex with a bee. You know, that's interesting, and like it's sort of not just subtext. It's like text, but at the same time they're completely dancing around it, but she wants to have sex with this bee, and that's very funny.
Speaking of text, how many times have you copied and pasted the script of B movie into various?
So many times. I used to, for folks who don't know, I used to have a script set up where it would scroll through the entire script of B movie in the background of me when I was in calls with people on Discord and stuff.
Kung Fu Panda S tier.
S tier. I almost like Kung Fu Panda more than Shrek. In fact, I do like Kung Fu Panda more than Shrek.
I like Shrek more than Kung Fu Panda, but they're both great.
I went on a whole spiel with Gianna today about how much I like Kung Fu movies, and Kung Fu Panda is a really good love letter to that genre of movie. They like hit all of the things about them that I like, minus maybe like the fight scenes are a bit different, but like plot wise, they nail, I think, what is the heart of a Kung Fu movie while also clearly being a love letter to Kung Fu movies.
So often you see them like do this thing where they like feels like all the people who wrote it didn't observe the source material at all, and this one clearly feels like in its heart it's a Kung Fu movie. Like it's actually trying to do that. It's not just, hey, look, they're fighting Kung Fu.
Yeah. Wait, do you have Shrek 2 above Shrek 1? No, it's the further right to the right you go is the like.
Yeah, you know how like you read a book? We're doing it the opposite.
It's like it's sort of like a pyramid almost, where it's like the closer you get to the letter is the base of it, and the higher up you are, the further away from the letter you are, the higher up in the pyramid you are.
Mad Lad, I agree with you. The tier list is Japanese. Yeah, this is the manga tier list.
I feel like this makes sense to me in my brain. I don't know.
I'm not here to argue with. I didn't even say a word about it, even though I did wonder.
If we get enough comments on the YouTube video, I'll change it.
You heard it, folks. Get in there.
Madagascar 2.
Didn't watch.
Monsters versus Aliens.
I think it's a B.
All right. I haven't seen it, so I can't make an opinion, unfortunately. How to Train Your Dragon is an S tier, in my opinion.
Agreed.
I also like it better than Shrek, but I'm not going to put it above Shrek.
Oh, wow.
I like Shrek a lot, don't get me wrong, but there are better movies than Shrek, you know?
Yeah, OG Shrek, I think, is pretty, I don't know.
It's a classic.
That's not the only reason I'm giving it the points, but it does a lot of things that live in my brain because it was original, while also pulling from source materials. I don't know. Did some really cool stuff.
I'll go as far as to say that Shrek is a mostly flawless movie. I don't got a lot of nits to pick about it. It's a great movie. There's some movies where I like what they do more, and that's it. I like Kung Fu Panda, El Dorado, How to Train Your Dragon, you know? But I'll put it below Shrek because I don't want to be fucking murdered by the internet. Okay, cool. Shrek Forever After.
So they made another one. I haven't seen that.
Okay. Maybe I liked it.
I think I stopped watching after the third. The third offended me so much.
I don't blame you.
That was so bad.
I liked Shrek Forever After better than Shrek the Third, but it doesn't reach Shrek 2 or Shrek 1 standards, but it's fine.
It's the one with what's his name, right? The little guy.
Rumpelstiltskin, yeah.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fine. So the plot of the story is Shrek has a birthday, and he wishes that his kids are just being real shits. His life is kind of really hectic and frustrating in that moment. So he's like, what would happen if I'd stayed at my swamp and had never. It's a wonderful life situation. So it's fun to see what the Shrek universe would look like if Shrek didn't become the king, you know? And they kind of play with that, and that's interesting. It's fun to see. If we've seen a character in 3 fucking movies, it's fun to see them. You flip the script and you change some crucial element to see what that does to the rest of the dynamics, and that's really fun. So they do that and makes it more interesting than Shrek the Third, but it doesn't make it a better movie than a lot of these.
I did see it. I'm remembering now. I think the placement is good. It kind of felt to me off-putting in that same way that a musician who's really well established writes a song about one of their other songs. We get it. It's a popular song. You don't need to
I hate when they do that.
Congrats, you did it. It just feels masturbatory in a way. but
you tapped into a visceral bother. Unless it's in the same concept album. If it's 3 albums later and you're hey, remember the time I wrote blue? It's shut the fuck up. You had a chance. You had 3 minutes to say it, and you did it. In the chat, we have Mad Lad says, Shrek 4 is really good in my opinion. Gianna Luna says, meh, C or D. He says, I think it's closer to a 1 or 2 than it is to 3. I think that's fair. I don't feel that way personally, but no one's opinion is invalid in this. And then Gianna says, it's better than the third, but it feels like a nostalgia cash grab, mirrors a lot of the story ideas from Shrek 1. I think they were just trying to capitalize on that. I will say a hefty portion of Shrek the Fourth is about Shrek and Fiona falling in love again, which is not interesting to me because they've already done that, even if it's in an alternate universe. It's so when Futurama does it, when they make Fry and Leela fall in love over and over again because Fry reset time or some shit like that. Futurama manages to make it compelling and overall makes me cry. But Shrek the Fourth is not doing that. Megamind.
F.
I haven't seen it, but I will trust your opinion. Where do you rank it?
Watch it.
So
I would put it above How to Train Your Dragon in between Shrek. I just really like that movie. I don't know
I'm
how
okay with
chat feels about my opinion. I wish you should watch it. I think you'd like it. In fact, I know you would. But
Kung Fu Panda 2, low C in my opinion.
I'll let you take the lead. I did see it, but I don't remember it.
I just did not care for it. Any of the Kung Fu Pandas after 1, I'm just
You look at B and you think it belongs a tier below those?
I really didn't like Kung Fu Panda 2. I mean, I'm sure other people
That's fair. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Puss in Boots now. I liked it better than Shrek Forever After, but
I don't think I've seen it.
It was fine. Puss in Boots I'm pretty meh on. It's fine. It is funny because Zach Galifianakis does play Humpty Dumpty in it, and in the end Humpty Dumpty just straight up fucking kills himself, suicide, jumps off a ledge.
Oh my god, it's tough to be a Humpty Dumpty in a story because we all know
what happened.
Chekhov's Humpty Dumpty. You're gonna break.
Yeah,
you can't be Humpty Dumpty, and that'd be funny if the movie ended and he was still just a whole egg. You'd be pissed off.
Bad Lad says he does become a golden egg. He does sort of get redeemed in the end, so it's not the most grim. Puss in Boots was a wild ride. Yeah. Yeah, I remember it. It's fine. I wasn't thrilled by it though. Madagascar 3.
Did not see.
Didn't see. Rise of the Guardians. Didn't see.
That's the one where it's like Santa and the Easter Bunny and shit are like superheroes.
Something like that, yeah. We really had to make a meal out of those first movies, or else we were just gonna have nothing left to do. So the Croods, haven't seen.
Didn't see.
All right, you should watch the Croods. It's great.
I think Nick Cage is the main Crood.
Nicolas Cage is the main Crood.
I could be wrong. I think so.
Mad Lad says
I've
it's
seen
good.
some memes around Croods exist.
Yeah, same.
And ultimately, even if people are goofing on the movie like they do like Shrek, I think you have to actually be something. There has to actually be some meat there if like people are going to latch onto it so aggressively, even if it is as a meme.
It either has to be outrageously bad, or there has to be some quality to it for people to want to make memes and like keep that movie sort of fresh in their heads. I think if it was like a just meh movie, they wouldn't be doing this. Kung Fu Panda 3.
The best part of the Croods. I haven't seen it and I know that already. Nicolas Cage demands to be the best part of everything he's in.
Nicolas Cage is the best part of blank. Turbo didn't see.
Didn't see.
Mr. Peabody and Sherman didn't see.
Didn't see.
How to Train Your Dragon 2. That is a mid B for me, I think.
Yeah, I would also say.
All right. Penguins of Madagascar didn't see.
Didn't.
Home.
Didn't see.
Second screen material when I was doing other shit at home the one day when I was living with my ex. So vaguely saw, basically a C. Liked it more than Kung Fu Panda 2. I did actually, yes.
Wow.
Kung Fu Panda 3 I did not like. I'll put it with Shrek the Third. Trolls did not see.
I saw it. I would put Trolls in
S.
No, I'm thinking
B.
So
I
don't remember it well enough to like give it a better.
I'll put it at the bottom of B for you.
Yeah.
All right. Boss Baby didn't see.
Didn't see.
Thank God. Captain Underpants I actually really enjoyed. I'd give it an A.
Yeah. I would put it in A.
Where top or bottom of A would you say?
Probably A.
Bottom of A. I feel like there's some things about it that struck me as very classic modern DreamWorks.
I was hoping I would like it more than I did, but I didn't think it was pretty decent.
They made a few choices in the Captain Underpants movie where if DreamWorks or Illumination makes that choice, I'm not surprised. It's sort of just like what they do. How to Train Your Dragon 3? Hadn't seen.
Haven't seen it.
Okay.
You know they're making live action? I mean, obviously they're doing it for everything. There's a live action How to Train Your Dragon too.
Fucking gag.
I like how they're doing it for the things that aren't even like old yet.
Right. And
like,
also,
I know How to Train Your Dragon is not old now, but still, like, it seems extra stupid to be like movie that
still looks fine.
That's probably
even for a 3D animated movie. It still looks great.
Yeah, that's what it is. It looks new.
We put it in S tier for it's a perfectly fine movie. Like the only reason to make it in live action is because you're like, oh, people don't think cartoon movies are real movies, and also we want to make more money.
Right.
Abominable, haven't seen.
Haven't seen.
All right. Trolls World Tour, haven't seen.
Haven't seen.
The Croods, A New Age, haven't seen.
S. No, I haven't seen.
Spirit, the Untamed, the movie, haven't seen.
Haven't seen it.
All right. Boss Baby Family Business, haven't seen. The Bad Guys.
Look at the list. Have we seen any of the things in this list?
I haven't seen any of the rest of these.
I haven't seen any of the rest of these. I've heard good things about Wild Robot. I've heard good things about Puss in Boots, and I don't know anything about Dogman, but I like the style of it.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
That's our tier list.
Okay, so it still feels pretty heavily like positive. I mean, this one definitely for Pixar there was a lot more of a dip in the middle, and here we kind of I think have agreed that honestly if we had seen them all it'd probably be more near the bottom of it. But there's a lot more in the middle, I will say, for this.
Yeah. The B
we felt a lot more strongly one way or the other in the other list. This one's a little bit more like there's a lot of meh.
We put a lot in the S tier, but we also put a lot at B and below. It feels like they either really nail it or they don't.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty fair list.
Yeah.
We've done it again. Go watch Megamind.
You watch? Okay, I guess I have to. Mad Lad says, I hate this list. 0 out of 10. Bad. Make angry me. Grr. Tier list. Grr. Cancel Ian. Cancel Brandon.
We pissed them off. We had people unsubscribe, which I think we all have to pay these people like $5.
Oh my God, you're right.
They did a reverse subscribe.
Shit, I owe money now.
Dang it.
Damn it.